God of Rock is a rhythm-based anime-style fighting game that immediately caught my attention with its name. As someone who spent countless hours playing Guitar Hero, I was excited to try this game out, put on my Gene Simmons face paint and see if it could live up to the hype. So, does God of Rock rock? Or does it fall flat on its face? Let's find out if you should spend your hard-earned money on God of Rock. The game starts with visually stunning anime-style artwork and some pretty catchy anime-style intro music too, which sets the tone for what's to come. The tutorials are fairly straightforward, but they don't fully reflect what actually happens in the game. For example, you can perform special move combos without losing your streak in the tutorials, which is not something that's true in the game. Once you load into the game's arcade mode, you get to select from a wide range of characters, each with their own reason as to why you're trying to rhythm dance with the God of Rock. I chose Hild, who had an obsession with food that, for some reason, by engaging in fisticuffs, would result in her never having to eat slop again. Pretty weird character development, and also her annoying food requests before each match were a bit of a turn-off.
What's the food there like? Can she cook good food?
But that's a minor issue. The gameplay had high hopes from the tutorials, but if I'm just being honest, there's too much going on. Maybe I'm being a boomer, maybe my reaction times aren't what they're meant to be, but even on easy, it felt like I was getting hammered trying to hit the notes, yet somehow I was winning the match. The fights in the background are way too distracting, and every time you hit a note, you're met with a grunt or a moan, which quickly becomes headache-inducing. It's hard to focus on the combat in the background while trying to hit every note possible, which detracts from the overall experience. The most satisfying thing about rhythm games is feeling like you're locked in and in the zone, but God of Rock promotes game mechanics that take you out of it, which is a confusing choice. For example, the game forces you to complete a combo in the middle of a note streak to pull off special moves, which, if I'm honest, mostly led to me not bothering to use them. It's frustrating, as it feels like you're being forced away from what makes rhythm games fun. The positive is the character and level designs are flawless, and the level editor is extremely intriguing. It allows you to create a custom level with your choice of song and map from the list, while allowing you to create a brand new notes track to go with it. During my time, I couldn't see it, but if they allowed community uploads and custom tracks, this could take the game to a whole new level. Now, moving on to the audio. For me, the soundtrack unfortunately was a letdown. I was expecting a somewhat epic rock soundtrack, but instead, it feels like a no copyright sound synthwave playlist on YouTube. The boss fights feel anticlimactic, as there's no real sense of overcoming a great feat. I wish the boss fights just had a bit more depth to them. Maybe if they were split into stages where it gradually gets more difficult, a change of scenery to make you feel like you were locked into an intense battle, just something to put the severity of the situation in front of you. Overall, God of Rock is an ambitious game from the devs, but I feel like simplifying the game as a whole could really improve the overall experience. For that reason, we give the game a 3 out of 5, purely for the reason that the level editor has a lot of potential to improve the game and fix some of the issues that I previously mentioned. God of Rock is available on April 18th on the PS5, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and PC. Hey, and while you're still here, you should check out this video where we discuss 8 things you need to know about Dead Island 2.